In a democracy, elections and institutions are vital, but there's a third pillar that truly protects the people: rights. Without rights, even the most fair elections can lead to injustice. Imagine being taken from your home, no trial, no lawyer, no chance to prove your innocence. In Guantanamo Bay, over 600 people were secretly detained by US forces after 9/11. Families weren't told, courts were ignored. Even when declared not guilty, many remained locked away. Rights vanished, freedom lost. In Saudi Arabia, citizens cannot choose their rulers. Political parties are banned, media is tightly controlled, and women face harsh restrictions. Here, the king can override judges and silence voices. Without rights, the powerful answer to no one. And rights can vanish even under elected governments. In 1999 Kosovo, ethnic Albanians were attacked by their own country's army. Entire families were killed. Batisha Hoxha, 74, watched soldiers shoot her husband and burn her home, all under a leader who came to power democratically. These stories reveal a hard truth: democracy is more than voting. Real democracy lives only when citizens enjoy fundamental rights, freedom of speech, equality, religion, and the power to challenge injustice in court. Real democracy lives only when citizens enjoy fundamental rights, freedom of speech, equality, religion, and the power to challenge injustice in court. Our Constitution guarantees these rights and gives us the power to protect them. Because without rights, democracy is just a word. With rights, it becomes freedom. Imagine life without the promise of dignity or fairness, no guarantee of safety, no voice when someone stronger decides your fate. What would you wish for? From prisoners held without trial, to women silenced by law, to minorities attacked by their own governments, these stories remind us why rights exist. Rights protect every person, powerful or weak, rich or poor. A right is more than a wish. It is a reasonable claim recognized by society and protected by law, but with every right comes a duty. My freedom must not harm yours. Equality demands respect, both ways. 200 years ago, women's right to vote seemed impossible. Today, denying that right feels unthinkable. Rights evolve as societies grow, but they gain real force only when written into law. In a democracy, rights are the lifeblood of freedom. They let citizens vote, speak, organize, and challenge injustice. They shield minorities from majority rule, and they stand higher than any government, so even elected leaders cannot take them away. They shield minorities from majority rule, and they stand higher than any government, so even elected leaders cannot take them away. Rights aren't gifts. They are guarantees, earned, protected, and shared. They keep democracy alive. They keep us free. They keep us free. In the world's largest democracy, freedom isn't just an idea, it's a promise, written into the Constitution of India. These promises are our fundamental rights, assurances that protect equality, liberty, and justice for every citizen. These promises are our fundamental rights, assurances that protect equality, liberty, and justice for every citizen. The Constitution declares, "The state shall not deny to any person equality before the law or equal protection of the laws." This is the rule of law. From a small farmer in a remote village to the Prime Minister, everyone is equal before the same law. No citizen can be denied entry to public places, shops, restaurants, wells, parks, or discriminated against on the basis of religion, race, caste, sex, or birthplace. Equality also means opportunity. Government jobs and public offices must be open to all. And to level the field, special provisions, like reservations for scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, other backward classes, women, and the differently abled, are not violations of equality. They are tools to make opportunity real. Freedom is the lifeblood of democracy. Under the Constitution, every citizen enjoys the right to speak and express ideas, assemble peacefully, form associations and unions, move freely across the nation, reside anywhere, and choose any profession or trade. But freedom is not a license to harm. Speech cannot incite violence or spread false defamation. Rallies must remain peaceful. Liberty thrives when it respects the liberty of others. No person can be deprived of life or personal liberty, except by due process of law. If arrested, every citizen must be informed of the reason, produced before a magistrate within 24 hours, and allowed legal counsel. These safeguards keep power in check. The Constitution outlaws human trafficking, forced labor, and child labor in hazardous industries. No one, man, woman, or child, can be treated as property or made to work without fair pay. This right defends the most vulnerable from exploitation. India is a secular state. The government honors all faiths yet establishes none. Every person is free to profess, practice, and propagate their religion, or none at all. Every person is free to profess, practice, and propagate their religion, or none at all. Religious freedom, however, cannot override human rights. Harmful practices or forced conversions find no shelter in law. To protect India's rich diversity, minorities, whether defined by language, culture, or religion, have the right to conserve their heritage and establish their own educational institutions. No child can be denied admission to a state-aided school because of religion or language. No child can be denied admission to a state-aided school because of religion or language. Rights are only as strong as their enforcement. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar called the right to constitutional remedies the heart and soul of the Constitution. If any fundamental right is violated, citizens can move the High Courts or Supreme Court directly. Through public interest litigation, even a postcard can trigger a case to protect public good. Through public interest litigation, even a postcard can trigger a case to protect public good. No law or government action can stand if it infringes these rights. Equality, freedom, protection, culture, remedy. These are not mere words, they are the living heartbeat of Indian democracy. They belong to every citizen, powerful or powerless, today, tomorrow, and for generations to come. Know them, use them, defend them, because rights are what keep us free. When we talk about rights in India, we often think only of the fundamental rights written in the Constitution. But the story doesn't stop there. Over the years, the scope of rights has steadily grown through court rulings, new laws, and people's movements. Courts have interpreted fundamental rights to include new freedoms. For example, right to freedom of the press, right to information, giving citizens access to government records, right to education, ensuring free and compulsory schooling for every child up to 14. Courts have interpreted fundamental rights to include new freedoms. For example, right to freedom of the press, right to information, giving citizens access to government records, right to education, ensuring free and compulsory schooling for every child up to 14. The Supreme Court has said the right to life also means the right to food, a life of dignity, not just survival. The Supreme Court has said the right to life also means the right to food, a life of dignity, not just survival. Some rights are constitutional even if they aren't fundamental. Right to property, right to vote. These are protected by law and remain vital to democracy. Worldwide, human rights movements and international agreements have pushed governments to accept broader claims, like safe working conditions, social security, healthcare, and education for all. Worldwide, human rights movements and international agreements have pushed governments to accept broader claims, like safe working conditions, social security, healthcare, and education for all. South Africa's constitution, for instance, guarantees rights to privacy, a clean environment, housing, food, water, and emergency medical treatment. Rights are not frozen in time. They expand as societies grow and citizens demand justice. From freedom of the press to the right to food, each new right is a reminder. A living democracy keeps widening the circle of dignity for everyone.